Yeah, so we got some spoilers on this one. So this is interesting. I at least thought it was interesting because I feel like there hasn't been a lot of keg technology upgrade. Mm-hmm. And people are really pushing to start to get into like an all-in-one brewing vessel. And I think Clawhammer Supply, that's a big producer of these things, came out with this new keg with the intent to have an all-in-one. You know, you can basically brew in it, and then when you're done, throw it into and like force carbonate it, do other things. Like you don't have to rack. That's their goal at least. I don't know how well it works, honestly, but it has a ton of attachments. I wish I could go down the list of the 392 million attachments that it has.
It looked incredibly complicated.
It did, but it was interesting. Very expensive, at least in my terms. It was like $280. So, I just want to check this real fast. So I don't know if it was. You can go back to. I was just checking audio.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's worth the money. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. But I found it interesting at least.
Yeah, it's. I gotta like carefully couch what I say because I really do appreciate the effort that Clawhammer puts into all their gear, and especially the effort they put into their videos. Their channel is amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
But it does feel like this is just like yet another step toward overcomplicating homebrewing.
I can see that.
You know, I was reading this lively debate on r/homebrewing about all-in-one brewing systems. And particularly, it was from somebody who didn't really understand how they work. They thought that you like put the grains in and press a button and then come back in a few hours and have wort. But it does feel like it takes some of the like grassroots panache out of it.
Yeah.
When you're, I mean, how do you feel brewing in your electric system?
I personally like it. It's made my life better because, well, I will say this. I don't have a ton of experience in brewing a bag. I've done it once. It was okay. It wasn't my favorite thing to do, quite frankly. I've had an easier time being able to do a grain basket and all-in-one and kind of that situation. But I don't know. I don't know if I have enough experience to say otherwise.
Okay.
To be quite honest.
I really like my setup. You know, it's an old keg with the top cut off of it, a spigot welded onto the side, and the setup from a turkey fryer. You know, to give it heat, and so like it just feels rustic. It feels charming, in a way that like these shiny systems where and like pressure fermentation systems. It feels like
that's fair.
That's just. Like you're layering on a bunch of stuff, which maybe makes better beer, maybe, but like it also just feels like.
I think with that, the idea is that there's no chance that you're gonna get any sort of light struck, like as you're moving it, or you know, stuff like that. I feel like I can see the pros of that. Now, is it worth spending all the money? I don't know. It depends on if you have the money to spend. People spend a lot of money on their brewing, though. I saw a guy on one of those. R/Mead or homebrewing, whatever it was. Have you seen those keg, the scales that weigh the keg to tell you how much is in it, and it'll tell you how many pints or stuff?
Oh yeah, I've seen where people will put those in their like kegerator. Yeah.
This guy had eight kegs in his kegerator. He had all 8 of those, and they're like all Bluetooth or whatever. And so essentially, he could just pull up on his phone and see, oh, you know, my whatever has 10 pints left. And my this has this amount left. Like he was able to, but which is super cool. Those are $100 a piece for those scales. So people are willing to spend the money on that.
I don't want to judge anyone, but at that point it kind of feels like maybe you got a problem. I don't know if it's a problem with alcohol or a problem with spending, but like I don't know. That feels like maybe it's you know, I'm doing the most. Maybe that's doing too much.
That's your other channel.
I don't know.
Did too much.
Caliente Carl says, I feel where BC's coming from. I watched one of the Clawhammer vids, some kind of first beer thing, and they were using a $1,200 all-in-one system.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a little... I how do I say this? I have been very fortunate to have been sent my all-in-one system, and I don't know if I would have gone and dropped $500, $600 plus on an all-in-one independently.
Yeah.
But I also don't brew a lot of beer, and I'm just now really dipping my toes into the braggot realm and stuff like that. So maybe I'm just now getting to the point where I would be willing to spend it.